Hey gang, Saturday. Hopefully you're well. Just got done. Miss Buckeye's just finishing hers up now. She had this important call from work she was all nervous about. But it was nothing, which is good. I don't know why they call on the weekend. She should go in and demand half an hour worth of pay because, you know, she worked off the clock technically, but yeah, that's just how I roll. It's technically working off the clock, but whatever. Anyhow, had an amazing steak dinner. Now, I was hoping to have had my Uncle John's magic steak rub. Somebody told me they were going to order, and I counted on them, and I'm going to have to order it now. Miss Mrs. Buckeye gives me the stink eye. But we did make, she, in her defense, made a pretty doggone, pretty decent substitute steak rub that we found a recipe for. So it's not my Uncle John's that I shared with you earlier, but it was good. Cooked up a couple fillets, couple ribeyes. The boy had a ribeye. I think he's more of a fillet fan. Not the biggest steak connoisseur. He's getting into it. But they were delicious. They were good. Dogs enjoyed them too. The fatty piece, but all three dogs had a little piece. I'll drop some pictures right here so you can kind of see how they turned out. So don't let that pitch black dark crust on the outside fool you. That's the rub. You look at the inside. Drop those right here. All right. Good eats, folks. Good eats. Davidoff, Winston Churchill, the Statesmen. Wish I made enough money that I could buy a box of these bad boys, but a little pricey. I could buy a box of these bad boys. I just choose not to buy a box of these bad boys because of the price. So if I can get a couple of them, great. This is the Robusto, the Davidoff, Winston Churchill Robusto. The Statesman is the size of their Robusto. Pairs well with the steak dinner and very well with Old Forester 1910. Boy's been into it. Look at that. I've had like a sip off of it. It's killing me. Perfect night. Beautiful. Sun's out. Temperature's right. Bugs aren't out. Doesn't get much better than this. Got family, and great that the boy could come and visit and spend the weekend with us. And we're really excited that he's only an hour and a half away now, so he can come down quite a bit more, which we'll look forward to. And it's good. Man, life's good. Life is good. Let's talk about this Davidoff stick. Premium. Sometimes you get twisted up in the name. It's maybe one of those times. Now this is fantastic. Very good cedar taste and a very good, I was telling the boy and Mrs. Buckeye, it's almost like dried fruit. Like if you grabbed a handful of, you know, the dehydrated or dried fruit that kind of come in the trail mix packs, things of that nature. And it's pretty tasty, got a little sweetness. This bad boy right here. The cedar in it reminds me a lot of a Fuente. Or maybe the Fuente reminds me a lot of the Davidoff. I don't know. Now the burn's not the 100% crisp on it, but ash is hanging on. It'll correct itself. I'm not too worried about that. This is one of the first Davidoffs I've had. I've dabbled in a lot of cigars and just never grabbed this brand for whatever reason. Some of it's the price point, some of it's the overhype. But I got to tell you, it's pretty doggone good, especially going after a really nice big steak meal like we just had, and the fine conversation and company that we just had. It's a very good compliment. Well, this isn't the nightcap. This is what I call my mid-cap. So I had one before we grilled. Have one in the, you know, 7th inning stretch, the middle innings. Let's call it the middle innings. And then we'll have one to close out the night. Maybe 2, 3, maybe. I don't know. Probably not 3. That Old Forester 1910 is freaking phenomenal. Need to find me another bottle of that. You hear that, folks? Besides the AC, can you hear that? Cicadas, crickets, no rioting, no looting, no fighting. Just peace and quiet, man. That's why we love it out here. Nice and quiet. I'm sure all you hear is the AC, but I can hear the bugs, which is nice. Let's see how long that ash holds on. It's doing a pretty good job. The band is pretty cool. Really dig that Winston Churchill band. I won't review this one yet. I'll wait. Got a few more in the humidor. Let them get another month on them maybe before I crack them out and really get into it. I just couldn't wait any longer. I got these in about a week ago and rested them, and I had to have one. Had to see it. Probably won't be my last one. Good cigar. So we're going to sit out here tonight. We're going to talk. I think we're going to wrestle and do some kind of Greco-Roman wrestling is on the agenda. Some bug assault, and see where the night takes us. But you be well. Take care of yourselves out there. Don't riot or loot, folks. Hear me? Don't riot or loot. If you do, be careful. I don't condone being careful and doing it, but just, you know what I mean. Take care of yourselves. Wash your damn hands. We'll catch you next time, everybody. Have a great night.